Guys, welcome to another day. So guys, see, when I was in Nigeria, I never really had to answer questions about being a Nigerian. I never had to answer questions about Nigeria. And I guess that would be, yes, because I was in Nigeria. And this is not saying that we did not have foreigners living in Nigeria. We have lots and lots of foreigners living in Nigeria. But I believe that as a foreigner, if you're coming to any country, to the best of your knowledge, you do your assignment to know the basic things that are obtainable in the country. So I guess on that, on that grounds, most foreigners knew, a tad bit of Nigeria. So coming here to Ghana, you can imagine that I get asked loads and loads of questions about Nigeria. And let me tell you guys, some of these questions, if I want to be honest, some of them can be very annoying, some of them can be so everything of that nature. But I tell myself, if somebody asks me a question about my nationality or my country, I'm going to pause now, wait a minute. If someone asks me a question about my country, it means that that person is interested in knowing about my country, that person is interested in knowing about people from my country. So the only thing I can do is show forth and be the great ambassador of my country. That means that no matter how annoying the question is, I am not going to be offended. I'm just going to look at it that this person doesn't know about my country, so I have to be that great ambassador of my country. So today's video, I have a number of questions that I have been asked, my children have been asked, a couple of Nigerians that I have spoken with have been asked, and I want to share those questions with you guys, and I will be telling you my answers to that question. So guys, don't forget that you can subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notification, give this video a thumbs up. I am Obinje. So the first question on my list is, do Nigerians eat humans? So you can imagine you're gisting with someone and the first thing that person says is that, we heard that Nigerians eat humans. Is it true? See, let me tell you guys the truth. I have been asked that question, that do Nigerians eat humans? And I'm like, no, we don't. We don't eat humans. Now, so if ever there was a time that Nigerians used to eat humans, then I wasn't born that time. My fathers were not born that time, okay? But the truth is that ever since that I can remember, I don't know of a time that Nigerians ate humans, okay? And if ever Nigerians did eat humans, then that practice has been abolished. That practice has been put to an end. Nigerians don't eat humans. Nigerians don't, that meat is not palatable. What we feast on is proteins from animals, okay? So I think that has answered that question. Another very beautiful, interesting question is, are all Nigerians Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas? And that is because these are the three major languages in Nigeria that people know about. So people just assume that those are the only tribes in Nigeria. No, those are not the only tribes in Nigeria. Nigeria has about 500 thereabout tribes, okay? Nigeria has 37 states, inclusive of the Federal Capital Territory, which is Abuja. So you can imagine the number of tribes in one state. For instance, my state has about how many tribes? So I'm from Benue. We have the Thief, we have the Idoma, we have the Igede, we have the Itilo. That's just to mention the ones that I know. What about the sub tribes inside the country? So a country as big as Nigeria, you can imagine the number of tribes. But like I said, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba are the major tribes in Nigeria. And if there were about 10 people, best bet about 7 of them will be cut out from those 3 tribes. And that's why people just assume that Nigeria is made up of these 3 tribes. So Nigeria has other tribes. Is it true that we don't have light in Nigeria? Now, we have light in Nigeria, okay? We have light in Nigeria. Nigeria is connected to the power grid. We have light in Nigeria, but there is this kind of situation that happens in Nigeria, that despite the fact that we have electricity, we have issues of light out. So we have electricity, we are connected to electricity, but at times we get light out, which is kind of an issue that is worrisome and bothersome. Okay, now let's move to another question that this one This one is very, very funny. So this one is, why don't like Nigerians stay in their country? A lot of Ghanaians, every time they're like, you people know they like stay in your country. You people don't stay in your country. You people don't stay in your country. There are too many Nigerians in Ghana. Yes, there are many Nigerians in Ghana, and I think they say that there is nowhere in the world that you would go to that you will not see a Nigerian. Nigerians love to travel. Typically, I would say that the average Nigerian is an adventurous person. An adventurous person that wants to go out and see things for themselves. But let me expatiate it like this. The Nigerian man wants to have a beautiful life. The Nigerian man wants that life that is comfortable, conducive, and if where they are at the moment is not giving them that, whatever it is that they are looking for, they are going to up and move. And another thing that you need to bear into consideration, I don't think it's just Nigerians that are, of that kind of mentality or mindset. This is what happens. Population. Nigeria has such an amount, Nigeria has such a number in population compared to other African countries. So a scenario whereby you go to America, the United States of America, and you are going to see people from other countries in Africa here, best believe that for every 100 people you see, 100 Africans that you see, about 70 of them are Nigerians. So when you look at that, it just looks as if Nigerians don't like to stay in their country. We like to stay in our country, but of course we want the good things of life, and then our population, kind of, makes it another thing for us. Coupled with the fact that Nigerians can be loud. Anywhere a Nigerian is, it's hard for them to go unnoticed. Are there nice places in Nigeria? Yes, there are nice places to make your visit worth it. There are places that you would go, that you would learn one or two things. There are places in Nigeria that you can go for relaxation. There are places in Nigeria that, they will blow you out of this world. I mean, you'll be like, such a place exists in Africa? Such a place exists in Nigeria. Nigeria has whatever kind of place that it is you are looking for, Nigeria does have it. So let's move to another question, and it says, do all Nigerians attend the Lord's Chosen? So of recent, this question has been on the lips of a lot of people, and that would be because of the publicity, or is it the way the Lord's Chosen church went viral last year. Now the church is in almost every country of the world, not almost, but the church is in quite a number of countries of the world, and that is because most of these Pentecostal churches are going from one country to another country to go and promote the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ. But in as much as the Lord's Chosen is going out, it still hasn't gained that prominence like churches like Winners and the Redeemed Christian Church of God in Nigeria. So last year something happened and the Lord's Chosen went viral, and a lot of people got to know about the Lord's Chosen church and know that it was a Nigerian church, and because of how big it blew, everybody just assumed that, wow, this is the only church in Nigeria. No, this is not the only church in Nigeria. It happens to be one of the many churches in Nigeria. So you are welcome to visit the Lord's Chosen Church right here in Ghana. We have the headquarters located at White Cross. So this is a free publicity that I'm giving to the Lord's Chosen. I attend. So another question is, do all Nigerians speak English? Yes, English is our lingua franca. English is our major language in Nigeria, and I'm wondering why a Ghanaian would be asking if we speak English in Nigeria. I mean, okay, I understand that most times when they come across other Nigerians here, they tend to be speaking their local dialect, but we speak English. The difference will be in our accent, our intonation, and all of that, but we do speak English in Nigeria. We are being taught English in Nigeria. Little wonder why we have to write IELTS to go to some universities. And another question, is Nigeria bigger than Ghana? Yes, Nigeria is bigger than Ghana. You see, this is when I talked about Nigerians not staying in their country and I talked about population, I know that countries like Canada are so big and they have few, the population is not It's in contrast with the land size, but that's not the case in Nigeria. Nigeria is big in land size. Nigeria is big in population. So Nigeria is actually bigger than Ghana. Now I don't have the rough estimate. I could check that on Google, but I want you to go do that for yourself. Go and check the population of Nigeria. I also go check the land size of Nigeria, and of course you can check that of Ghana and Nigeria, and your answer is there for you. Do Nigerians eat wache? Now if you do not know, wache is a local delicacy here in Ghana, and wache is simply rice and beans with other condiments to go with it. So the answer to this question is it's a yes and a no, because like I said, wache is rice and beans. It's a combination of rice and beans which we eat in Nigeria, save for the fact that the way the wache is prepared is a little bit different from the way we prepare ours in Nigeria. Okay, but if it is rice and beans, we eat rice and beans. So I think the answer is kind of a yes or no, and it happens to be one of those dishes here in Ghana that Nigerians can, you know, easily, you know, relate to and eat. I think I've done a video of the kind of, you know, foods that are being served here in Ghana that as a Nigerian who comes here, you can, you know, start with before you grow into other dishes here in Ghana. So I'll just leave a link here, or I'll leave it in the description where you can go and, you know, watch that video. Is Ghanaian food sweeter than Nigerian food? It's a funny question, right? Is Nigerian or Ghanaian which is sweeter? None is sweeter. Both of them are unique in their individual ways. Both of them are unique in their flavors. Both of them are unique in their preparation. And of course, another thing you should put into, you know, consideration is that taste bud matters. So while I might be saying that Nigerian food is sweeter than Ghanaian food, of course some other person might say that the Ghanaian food is sweeter than the Nigerian food. But I want to play it safe by saying that none is sweeter than the other, because like I said, the preparation differs, the flavor, the ingredients, everything differs. So while I am eating the Nigerian meal and eating the Ghanaian meal, what I try my best to do is appreciate both countries, you know, local dishes, and know that I have eaten Nigerian dish, I have eaten Ghanaian dish, and I'm looking forward to the next country's dish that I'm going to taste. Are all Nigerians light-skinned? Someone once asked me this question, and I told the person, take a look at me, am I light-skinned? No. So that tells you that all Nigerians are not light-skinned. I can understand that quite a number of Nigerians that are here in Ghana are of a certain state, tribe, and you know, it might actually affect their complexion. So when you come across those people, you just assume that all Nigerians are light-skinned. Nigerians, you know, have different skin complexion, and within the skin complexion there are different variations of the skin complexion. So it would be unwise, or is it unwise or unfair to say that all Nigerians are light skinned when we have people that are as dark as I am in complexion, and we have those that are quite light, and we have those that are, you know, in between. So I understand that it's based on the people that you come across that you think, but no, all Nigerians are not light in complexion, just as all Nigerians are not dark in complexion. Now I know this one now is one of those questions that are annoying, insulting, but because I want to be a very good ambassador of my country, I'm going to try as much as possible and understand with people who ask these questions, and you know, once in a while try to put myself in their shoes and try to reason like them. Now this question is, why are Nigerians into yahoo? Why is it that it looks like all Nigerians are, you know, scammers? I can understand why a Ghanaian will be asking that question, because it looks like almost all Nigerians in Ghana are into cybercrime. Now one thing I want you to know is that the negative news tends to, you know, thrive more than the positive news. When you are hearing news of people of that caliber, you hardly get to hear news of the Nigerians that are, you know, thriving in their professional fields. But Nigerians, not all Nigerians are into cybercrime. As a matter of fact, the ones who are into this cybercrime, or what we call it, are of an insignificant number in comparison to the population of Nigeria. Because when you look at the world over, if you want to be honest with yourself, go on Google, go and research. You would hear of news of Nigerians that are trailblazing in their professional fields. I'm not talking about one, I'm not talking about two. There are thousands thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds and thousands, hundreds of thousands of them, but you never get to hear of good news about that. So it's not as if all Nigerians are into cybercrime, and it's not as if we love to do it. No. Okay, so I understand, and I just want to let you know that it's not all of us that are into it, and we have Nigerians that are excelling professionally. So do Nigerians bet? Yes. Everybody, let me not say everybody, every country in this world bets. Yes, bet has become like a source of livelihood. It is not, it has become, it is a source of livelihood for a number of people. It is urgent 2K. And let me tell you guys, if you're asking me, do Nigerians bet, or why do Nigerians like betting, then I would ask you, why do we have betting centers in Ghana? Why do we have betting companies in Ghana? They should not be here. But so you see, this thing is now, it's a job for some people, it's urgent 2K for a lot of people, it's livelihood for people, and it has come to stay. Well, that is that. So guys, this is the end of the video of the weird, hilarious, crazy questions that I am being asked about, you know, being a Nigerian, about my country. There are so many questions, but gosh, this is all I can take for the moment. And thank you for watching this video. My name is Obinje. Don't forget that you can subscribe to this channel, turn on your post notification, give this video a thumbs up, and please leave down below in the comment section what you think about this video, what you think about the questions, and I would love to hear from you guys. See you another day. Bye.